Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Convocation Center here in beautiful California, Pennsylvania, where we have the California Vulcans against the Point Park Pioneers. Vulcans 2-1 and the Pioneers 1-3. So this year, Point Park Pioneers moving up from the D3 division up to D2. As with any team changing where they are, that will be a transition this season. We'll see how Pioneers handle it. Vulcans coming off the loss from Bowie State. Looking to change things around here to start off the season, especially looking to change their fortunes. Here to start for the Point Park Pioneers. Number 1, Emma Pavlik. 22, Alexis Giles. 24, Ari Bleda. 30, Camille Fultz. And 55, Aichada Bayo. And for the Vulcans, number 3, Alicia Young. 4, Nina Shaw. 5, Ayana Williams. 23, Alicia Harris. And number 24, Sierra Bermudez. So the Vulcans welcoming back a large majority of the roster this year. Nina Shaw, the sophomore out of Saxonburg, PA, was a freshman last year and was pretty much just put into the midst of this offense as a true freshman. Has so far done a great job as the Vulcans won the tip. Bermudez on the wing, back to Shaw. Harris at the free throw line, over to Williams. Point Park in about a 3-2 is that just a mishandled pass there, goes out of bounds. Pioneers basketball. Bio driving to the basket. Pivots, takes up a shot, rolls around the rim, but no good. Rebounded by Nina Shaw. She'll give it to Williams. They'll pull it back and set up an offense. Young on the wing. Picks up her dribble. Back to Shaw. Short corner. Handled by Bermudez. Finds Young left up wide open in the corner. Bit too strong. Pulled down by Pavlik. She takes the ball down the floor with a hurry. And drives and shoots a shot, but too strong. But rebounded. No good either. Young will pull down that rebound. And again, set up the offense. So none doing it in a couple shot attempts. Bermudez for 3, just a bit too strong. Bio driving down the floor. Williams going to be called for the foul. Bio will head to the floor. She was in the line for 2.
Foul number 5, Ayana Williams, her first, team first. Aichada Bayo at the line, 2 shots.
Aichada Bayo. You say Balo or Bio? The girl's last name. Balo hitting both of those free throws. Young on the pull-up. That shot is good. Lisa Young, a crucial part for this offense. And just taking the other way, charge. That'll be called on Pavlik. Not too often that you see the defense contest the shot and they still have a charge call. Or the right call nonetheless. Game tied up at 2-2. Neither offense really having much. Ball almost stolen. Bermudez pulls it down and taking over to Shaw. The corner picks up her dribble. Closely guarded. Throws it across court. Williams driving. Fouled and one. So Williams able to handle a pass and get to the line and earn three the old-fashioned way.
Bucket is good. Iona Williams at the line, one shot.
Foul shot is good. Put the Vulcans up by 3. Ball stolen by Young. No, taking it herself, just too far left. Pulled down by Ballo. Pavlik. Driving on Williams and somehow misses a layup underneath. Looked to have a clear lane, but I'm guessing miscounted her steps. Will be Vulcan's basketball. Honestly surprised by that miss there. Seemed to have an open lane. Shaw for 3. Off the mark. Pulled down by Pavlik. Pavlik just heading down the floor. Head of steam decides to pull it back. Pioneers will set up their offense. 4-3. That's right on the mark. Giles. Shaw. And stolen by Bleda. Taking on the floor is Pavlik. Pavlik making a move. Not able to score the layup, but is fouled.
That's number 3, Alicia Young. Her first, team second. Emma Pavlik at the line, 2 shots.
A foul will go on Alicia Young. Her first free throw is short. Pavlik, the 5'9" senior out of Beaver, PA. Second one is up and good. So on the foul, able to hit 1 of 2. Now puts Pioneers up by 1. Young on the wing over to Bermudez. Bermudez pulls it out. Shaw. Williams left wide open for 3. Not able to hit it. There is going to be a foul on the floor. We're going to check in for the Vulcans. Talia Gilliard for Iona Williams. Shaw on the inbound. Tries to find Young, but it's tipped out of bounds. Young in the corner. Goes to Nina Shaw. Nina Shaw setting up the offense. Drives. Finds Young underneath. Mishandled, but able to come up with it and is able to get the layup to go. So wait for Young to stay with it after mishandling the ball. Pavlik thought about the 3. Won't take it. Passed inside to Pelea. Not able to get the shot to fall. Pulled down by Harris. And up to Nina Shaw. Nina Shaw making a move, getting to the basket. And then able to get the layup. Able to get her own rebound. Back to Shaw in the corner for 3. Too strong as well. Fought by Young, but wound up being Pioneers basketball. So neither offense really yet finding a rhythm early, I guess, in this game, but looking to find a footing as Olivia Huffman checks in for Young. Pavlik driving to the basket. Blocked, but is fouled by Huffman.
Foul number 34, Olivia Huffman. Her first, team's third. Emma Pavlik at the line, 2 shots.
Pavlik's first free throw is good. Hits 2 of 2 from the line, putting the Pioneers up by 1. Gilliard up top. Over to Bermudez, back to Gilliard. Left wide open for 3, off the mark, but pulled down by Huffman. Is able to get her own rebound, passes it out to Shaw. Shaw drives and rims out as a ball, and that's going to be another foul on Huffman. So just checking in and already picking up 2 fouls.
Foul number 34, Olivia Huffman. Her second, team's fourth. Media timeout.
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be right back here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
Coach Danny Sancombe and the Vulcans men's basketball is ready to take the conference and the nation by storm this season. A non-conference schedule that starts on November 8th is followed by the PSAC West play in January. Pack the Convocation Center with 13 home games featuring non-conference foes such as Concord, Lincoln, and Wilmington, as well as conference opponents IUP, Gannon, Slippery Rock, Clarion, Edinboro, Seton Hill, and Pitt Johnstown. Follow Cal Vulcans for the all-up-to-date schedule. Catch all the games on YouTube with CUTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Convocation Center here in California, Pennsylvania. Halfway through this first quarter, score 7-8 in favor of the Pioneers. So to get the ball back after the foul from Huffman. Fadden will head to the line. This is Bleda.
Foul number 23, Alicia Harris, her first, team's fifth. Ari Bleda at the line, 2 shots.
Bleda's first shot is good. Second one rims out. Fought for. That's in for the Vulcans now. It's Kamaya Williams. Shot back to Kamaya. Kamaya Williams up top, over to Gilliard. Finds Young in the short corner. Mishandled, but is able to stay with it. Kamaya Williams having to do something with the ball. going to put up a shot, but unsure whether they'll get her before the shot or she will head to the line.
Follow her first. Team sport. Kamaya Williams at the line. 2 shots.
It looks like she will head to the line. First foul shot's too strong. Kamaya Williams' second foul shot rolls off. Ball pulled down by Fultz. Pavlik going stop and go. Forces up a shot, not able to get it to fall. Pulled down by Young. Michelle takes the ball off the floor. Finds Gilliard in the corner, but will pull it back out to Young. Shaw will set up the offense. Driving to the baskets, Harris. The bucket and the foul.
That's number 30, Miguel Fultz. Her second.
That foul will go on Fultz.
Team's fifth bucket is good. Alicia Harris at the line. 1 shot.
In the check-in for the Vulcans, Trinity Balog. As Harris misses a free throw. Pulled on by Blada. It's a rebound. Set it up over to Pavlik. Driving over to Giles. Giles double teamed, but we'll find Pelea. An offensive foul on Pelea.
That's number 33, Isabella Pelea.
Yeah. Her first. So in this first quarter alone, 2 offensive fouls for the Pioneers. Score tied at 9-9. Ball tipped and stolen by Giles. Blada is able to pull it out. Giles driving. Little sidestep. And the late foul call.
That's number 23, Alicia Harris. Her second.
Giles will head to the line for 2.
Alexis Giles at the line. 2 shots.
First free throw is off the mark. Giles shoots her second. That goes in. Point Park Authority with 10 free throws. Shot here in the first. That ball stolen by Ballo. Williams is able to come up with the steal after it was mishandled by Giles. Williams picks up her dribble. Balog over to Gilliard. Back to Balog. Finds Harris. Harris looking inside, but is fouled on the pass to Gilliard.
That's number 33, Isabella Pelea. Her second. Alicia Harris at the line. 2 shots.
As that foul there puts him in the bonus. Checked in for the Pioneers was Luck. And that first free throw is good by Harris. Second one on the way. That falls as well as Macy Sardone checks in for Harris. So Ballo bringing the ball up the floor. Ball tipped away and stolen by Kamaya Williams. Kamaya Williams one-on-one. It's not able to get the ball to go. But picked up by Ballo. And just Williams just a little bit too far under the basket to shoot, and Ballo just driving, kicks out to Pavlik. No good. Balazs Balog will bring the ball up the floor. Sardone back to Balog. Sardone gives it to Gilliard. Good driving, little floater inside the lane. Ball rolls left, no good. But Pavlik quickly driving to the basket, pulls it back, and a couple stop and goes. Finds Luck in the corner. She hits that three. Balog for three. Rolls. We get the shooter's roll. Looks like we're going to have a foul away from the basket as well. Yeah, basket is good.
Trinity Baylog's three is good. Foul on number 33, Isabella Pelea, her third.
That foul was on Isabella Pelea. But since Vulcans are in the bonus, that'll send Kamaya Williams to the line. First free throw rolls in and out. That second free throw there by Kamaya Williams is good. And already 18 free throws shot in this first quarter alone. Ball over to Pavlik, left wide open in the corner. That three is good. So Point Park staying well in this game. Balog driving. It's going to be an offensive foul on Balog.
Foul number 22, Trinity Baylog, her first.
With about 2 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Pavlik double team. Ball stolen by Young. Young 2-on-1. Takes the ball herself. That ball's going to be blocked. Wasn't sure if she just mishandled it or what. But now shot clock off, 16 seconds. Young for a free throw jumper, no good. Pulled down by Pavlik. Pavlik will take it up to Ballo. Ballo takes a shot in the lane. Is able to get her own rebound. Puts it up and in. And that'll end the first quarter here. Pioneers lead by 3, 18-15. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will return on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Vulcan women's basketball team looks to continue its run of excellence into the 2024 season. Put on your red and black and cheer on Coach Jess Strom and her team towards another run to the postseason. Pack the convo for 14 home games for games against regional foes and the best the PSAC has to offer. Don't miss any information on the season by following Cal Vulcans on all social media accounts, and if you can't make it to the games, catch all the action on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and also the PSAC Digital Network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Convocation Center here in California, Pennsylvania. Score 18-15 in favor of the Point Park Pioneers. So over this break, I've had a well-known face join me, my good friend Nate Kurtz. Nate, how you doing?
I'm going to be honest, everybody. I got here
10, 15 minutes ago. I was in the bathroom for most of it. I grabbed the Red Bull, sat down for a bit, talked with our producer, and now I'm here. I was fully prepared to do the men's game. I don't know what's going on, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Part of life is figuring out its adventure as you go.
Yep. Shouldn't take you too long to find out. All right. So, bringing up the ball, Pavlik quickly double teamed up top over to Luck and looking down underneath. Stolen by Young. Pulled up as Young will keep it herself and pull it back and find Shaw. And Shaw set up the offense. On the wing is Williams. Gilliard back to Williams. Looking inside and over to Young. For three is Gilliard. Too strong. Tipped around and pulled down by Young. Young, give it to Baylog. Not able to get that shot to go. A jump ball called underneath from Ballo.
Honestly, I was worried that was going to be called a foul, but at first, one of the issues I think that's popped up definitely with this Jeff Strom team so far this year has sort of been the foul trouble and the inability almost to sort of create offense as a team. I mean, obviously you lose Deja Terrell. That's a very tough loss to have. So, it's a bit difficult trying to sort of mesh this team together. And just talking to Gary, he was saying that this is probably Coach Strom's youngest team that she's had here so far. So, it's kind of hard to find that identity right now. And, sometimes your game can struggle. As you see right there, the Vulcans are going to get a turnover.
Yeah, and I guess that so far has definitely been the story against Bowie State. Bowie State playing that matchup zone, which the Vulcans really struggle to do much of anything with, and Pioneers just haven't left that 3-2 zone this whole game, and it has shown somewhat of an issue for the Vulcans. Over on the wing is Luck. Luck driving on Shaw, and an offensive foul on Luck, and that's so far 3 for the Pioneers in this game. So it looks like a check back in is Sierra Bermudez for the Vulcans. So Shaw gives it to Young. Looks underneath his ball tipped on the pass from Williams, and Ballo on the steal. Drives to the basket on Shaw. Pulls it up. Not able to get the shot to fall, but pulled down by Young. And fouled by Pavlik.
Foul number 1, Emma Pavlik. First, second, team second.
It's sort of just sloppy from both sides so far here tonight. I mean, it's kind of hard to sort of get that meshed feeling, this early on in a game. But, heading into the second, I mean, by now you should have gotten all that practice in. You should have gotten all this preparation in for this team that you're facing tonight. So it's a bit weird to see that things are still a little bit choppy and messy.
Gilliard for 3. Too strong. Pulled down by Luck. Tipped away from behind by Shaw, but it goes right to Ballo. Ballo driving on Gilliard. Taking it up. Not able to get it to go. Pulled down by Williams. Looks ahead to Bermudez. Bermudez one-on-one. Layup left short. Pulled down by Luck again.
Yeah, both these teams having a bit of trouble just taking these shots here tonight. 4 for 15 for field goals on the side of Point Park. 5 for 22 on the side of Cal.
Yeah, as Luck hitting that pull-up jump shot. Yeah, definitely some offensive woes so far. Shaw driving on Ballo. Left-handed layup. Takes a foul and one.
And I mean, that's a beautiful move by Nina. And I think this is definitely a player that you had highlighted on your roster coming into the year, especially after losing somebody like Deja Terrell. She commanded the ball so heavily, and most of the offense and the defense ran through her. And, I mean, you saw that team with Deja, I mean, that's a team that's NCAA playoff bound. So, I mean, like I said, kind of hard finding that identity without her now, and especially trying to find that sort of person to go to. And I think having a point guard as smart and sort of athletic as Nina Shaw definitely helps with that.
Yeah. So is that foul shot is good, so Shaw earning 3 the old-fashioned way. Ballo up top, closely guarded by Shaw. And another offensive foul on the Point Park Pioneers. I believe that's offensive foul number 4 so far. Looks like Shaw set up the offense. Gets a screen from Williams. Pull it back. Bermudez for 3. Off the mark, but pulled down by Young, and that's good.
And that's a lucky sequence on the side of the Vulcans. Bermudez gets the ball, not really enough time to sort of get her hands and grasp on it, so she's able to get the clean ball. Misses the 3, but Alicia Young, great rebounder, great scorer for this team, and was able to put it back up and ties the game up 20-20.
Foul number 3, Alicia Young, her second, team's first.
That foul's going to be on Alicia Young.
2 shots.
Well, we'll head to the line. Not quite sure what the referees had.
I think it's Kamaya Williams on the sideline.
Okay.
Sean, the trainer's down there wrapping her hand up, so I assume she's got blood on her hand or something.
So.
I don't know, Braxton. I'm not really the most reliable source of information on what's going on the sideline.
Now it looks like exactly what's going on. Looks like Ayanna Williams will check in. That horn just for the bench personnel of how much time they're given to get a player back on the floor, and it looks like they'll get Kamaya Williams back in with enough time. In enough time. Ballo, shooting 2. Able to hit the first one. After this trip, there will already be 21 foul shots here by both sides. Ballo able to get her second foul shot to go. And just an unforced error and a turnover there by the Vulcans. Kind of just missed what happened.
I mean, it comes from the product of sort of trying to speed up the game, and I think trying to take advantage of sort of the sloppiness of everything, which, I mean, in turn has its own pros and cons. And, you know, trying to speed up the game when it's messy, you can sort of catch your opponents off guard and be able to score a little bit easier and sort of give yourself more of a landmark lead. But, you know, it has its cons.
Yep. Luck closely guarded by Bermudez. Takes a little shot in the lane, too strong. Pulled down by Ayanna Williams, excuse me.
No, you're perfectly fine. Trust me. I too. When I talked about Kamaya Williams on the bench, I almost said Ayanna.
Shaw takes it to the lane and one. So Shaw just seemed to be having her way tonight. I guess normally just a tad bit off quiet offensively, but just is having her way.
Her first, team fifth. Bucket is good. Dina Shaw at the line. 1 shot.
Looks like that foul will go on Janiyah Tillman. Her foul shot is good as well.
6 points on the night for Shaw, and I mean, she's been doing pretty good so far. I mean, that sort of that turnover she had on the bench wasn't really good, but she's put up 2 rebounds, 2 assists so far in the game. Definitely making her presence known.
Just Tillman. It's the aggressive drive, draws a foul on Ayanna Williams. And it seems like almost every other time down the floor, the Pioneers are headed to the line. Tillman's first foul shot is no good.
I think we now need to start making a tally count mark here for how many times Convocation Center just goes quiet because we're waiting for free throws.
Yeah.
I believe a technical might have just been called.
Yeah, I missed who that was on. Was that on the bench? Is it a bench technical or? As Tillman finishes her free throws. Here to shoot the technicals, Ari Bleda. Bleda misses a first. As the referees talk something over here. And all the players are making their way back up to the paint as they line up. Unsure. I've never seen this before.
There was not a lot of pomp and or circumstance for that one. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a bit confused still.
I am too. I'm pretty sure these are the technical foul shots, and here comes everyone in the lane. So we got one. I'm pretty sure generally technicals are a point of interruption, all right? And then it just remains whoever's ball. But as the second foul shot here is also off the mark by Bleda. Still unsure exactly what was going on. Shaw up top. Ayanna Williams at the foul line. Turnaround shot, no good. But tipped to Kamaya Williams. Right back to Ayanna, and that's a jump ball. Looks like it'll fall to the Pioneers as Hope Hopkins, the freshman out of Woodland Hills, and Balo checking back in.
It's a pretty impressive offensive sequence from the Vulcans. I mean, they lose the ball, but at the same time, you know, Ayanna Williams goes up for that shot, misses it, manages just to get it back. I don't know how she did. Throws it to Kamaya. Kamaya almost volleyball serves that back over to her.
Yeah.
Good way to keep possession.
And that foul will be on Maya Morgan. Definitely some new faces we haven't seen before here for the Vulcans checking in. Giles closely guarded over to Luck. Luck driving on Shaw. Hawkins got a hand inside. But Giles driving, fouled. And it looks like that'll go on Hope Hopkins.
And I don't know if you've picked up on this yet, but Point Park definitely is enjoying attacking the inside here. They've gone in under the basket towards the home sideline for a decent amount of their offensive possessions, and they've been able to draw the fouls almost every single time they go down there.
Yeah.
Very McClurg, if you will.
It's that first free throw. Hits the second as well. Just so far, in this game, the Pioneers have just been living at the foul line. Shaw over to Bermudez. Hawkins over to Morgan. Bermudez thought about the three driving. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Bermudez. And a collective of about at least 6 offensive fouls in this game, probably the most I've ever seen to start a basketball game.
That's unfortunate, too, because I think in that drive they had some pretty good ball movement. They were able to sort of break the zone down a little bit more, and I don't think they necessarily got a good chance to shoot the ball, but, I mean, you're still proving that this offense can move the ball and break the defense.
On that shot, and that ball gets stuck between the rim and the backboard. Going to be a jump ball in favor of the Vulcans.
I think this is just a curse that I bring because I think last year this happened while I was on the call for the men's games, maybe 2 or 3 times. And every time I said, I've never seen this before. Well, I've seen it again.
Shaw over to Morgan. He's inside to Kamaya Williams. Double teams. Morgan for three. Short. Luck pulls down the rebound. Looks up ahead to Ballo. Back to Luck for three. Is fouled on the shot, and looks like Luck will head to the line for three. And so, yet again, another foul here by the Vulcans, and just seem to be living at the line of the Pioneers.
That's unfortunate, too, because Hawkins has been in the game for around 2 minutes and has already collected 2 fouls. And
yeah,
that was not a very good one to take. I mean, she's clearly taking the open three, and I don't know about that.
Yeah, and just honestly surprising. This is probably one of the, I don't know, defensively more unsound games so far put on by the Vulcans. Normally a more sound team fundamentally on the defensive side. Just has not been able to get out of this rut so far, and just has continued to send the Pioneers to the lines. Already shooting 18 so far in this game.
And I think the benchmark of these Jess Strom teams over the past few years, and I mean, even going back to that sort of national title run she had in 2015, was the defensive ability that she's been able to bring to her squad. And I mean, I still think you've seen the glimpses of it so far this year, but
yep.
I think what's really been the big struggle has just been being able to score. And I know saying that's sort of wrong. I mean, this team did score 94 in the first game of the year. But at the same time, in both the games that we've covered here on CUTV Sports 1 and PSAC Network, you've seen that sort of struggle with the offensive side of the ball. And I don't know. It's just this team. I think this team is just a question mark right now. I still think they need time on the court to find their own identity and to play it out.
Yeah, there's definitely just seems to be still looking for that chemistry between the team. Last game, especially against Bowie State, watching that one, not a lot of movement on the offense. Literally and figuratively, is just they weren't able to get much to go. It's Luck's first foul shot. There's a collective of 25 fouls. Vulcans with 13 and Point Park with 12 already in this game.
So that means there are more fouls than California has points.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
So Luck sinks all three. Now puts the Pioneers up by 5. Shaw coordinating the offense. Throws it cross court to Morgan. Finds Shaw again. Morgan left open for 3. Not able to get it to fall. Battle underneath Gilliard, but it's going to be Pioneers basketball.
And the ball just got tied up at the top of the key, and you saw that sort of back and forth going on between Nina and Maya Morgan. And again, it's just another example of just the offense sort of not getting stuck, but sort of just looping itself in each other.
And a charge taken there by Kamaya Williams. A good take underneath.
Foul number 22, Alexis Giles, her second.
That'll be on Alexis Giles. So I'm guessing in the fouls, where California has sent Pioneers to the line. Most of these fouls from the Pioneers consist of offensive fouls, as Bermudez is shot too strong. Pulled down by Pelea. And Bala will bring the ball up the floor. Over back to Pelea. Off the mark, and pulling down the rebound is Morgan. Shaw finds Gilliard in the corner. Gilliard driving. He'll be called for the travel. So Vulcans, last couple of offensive possessions, unable to do much of anything, create space or gain any leeway. Giles driving on Gilliard, looks underneath to Pelea, but ball's going to go off the leg of Gilliard. Harris back to check in for Bermudez.
I think that's probably been your biggest problem with getting all these fouls is just the inability to play the players that you want. I mean, Alicia Harris has been such a stalwart leader on this team, one of the best defensive players the entirety of the PSAC, and let alone the PSAC West. Already 2 fouls on her tonight, so Coach Strom has to be careful, sit her down, play her on the bench, and it's just unfortunate because, you know, girls like her, Olivia Huffman, who's been getting some solid minutes so far this season, and even the freshman Hope Hawkins, not been able to really find the court now because they have 2 fouls on them, and you still need to conserve your players.
Yep. And that's also the story. So it was last home game here against Bowie State. Got pretty deep into the game, but and needing the foul, but unable to just due to the players on the floor being in foul trouble, having at least 3 or more fouls. And just picking that many, just let them unable to play defense as they wanted. As Bala misses that second foul shot, put back attempt by Luck, no good as either. Blog looking inside, but tipped away and stolen. Cross court, finds Luck. Back to Bleda. Bleda drives on Shaw, but pull it back outside. Finds Luck on for 3. Pump fakes, takes a step inside, but short. Ball's going to be the Pioneers. Looks like Pelea will check back in for the Pioneers.
And they deserve this possession again, especially after that play made by Kelly Luck. You know, being able to sort of get that defender to move and being able to create your own space and take that shot too, and you know, getting the rebound and getting able to keep on the ball.
Yep. Played it up top. Driving on Harris. Step through shot. Somehow able to get the ball to roll in. Just a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and as you said, beautiful shot. That's just great defense from Harris playing on ball, sort of making it impossible to move her and be able to back her down. So impressive shot, and that gives Point Park 30-23 lead.
Gilliard driving to the basket. It's going to be fouled. So with that, she will head to the line. Both teams are in the bonus.
Tackling Gilliard at the line, 2 shots.
This will be Gilliard's first time heading to the line tonight. She's able to get the first one to fall.
That's good for her, too. She's been 0-4 on the night so far, and, I mean, I think that's just sort of been the story for both these teams. 6 for 22 on the side of Point Park, 8 for 30 from Cal.
Yep.
That is a 27% field goal for the side of Point Park and 26 on the side of Cal. Both these teams sort of had that struggle on the shooting bench.
Yep. Ball going to be tipped out of bounds by Kamaya Williams. Still Point Park basketball. Giles, on the inbound. Mutabalo. Pelea is going to be called for the travel inside. Shaw looking inside to Harris. Harris picks up a dribble. Originally looking for Balog, but it's stolen. Ball is driving to the basket. No one around her. Misses it. Picked up by Kamaya Williams. Kamaya Williams is going to pull it back. Gilliard wide open for 3. Yes!
And that's a beautiful play from Kamaya Williams. At first I was thinking maybe you should slow the ball down a bit, not sort of push this, because she didn't really have the rest of her team there with her, but she does slow it down perfectly at the right time, finds Talia Gilliard on the outside. That's 3, and that makes it a 2-point game.
Strom questioning the foul call.
Alexis Jones at the line, 2 shots.
It looks like it's going to go on Alicia Harris. Seems to be Harris just standing straight up. And that'll send Harris back to the bench. And checked in is Huffman. A lot of foul calls so far in this game, warranted or not. So Harris just having the misfortune of picking that one up. As the second free throw by Giles goes. So now 32-28 favor of the Pioneers. A little bit less than a minute left. Kamaya Williams finds Shaw. Shaw thought about the jump shot. It looks like we're going to have a foul call. Looks like that'll go on Luck.
Nina Shaw at the line, 2 shots.
That's going to be her third.
I think all this is just combining for a very interesting third and fourth quarter, if you ask me. I mean, now it becomes a real sort of chess game on conserving players and who you're playing, who you're not playing, because of all the fouls that have been called. And I think it's even more complicated with all the foul shots and sort of the lack of offense, which I think will create for a far more interesting third and fourth quarter.
Shaw able to get that second one to go. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called here by Point Park. And just looks like it's going to be Hunter there first. And just so far, both teams, I guess, really struggling for the efficiency.
Yeah, I don't think there's a better way to put it. I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, like I said, 6 for 23, 9 for 31, both sides, their field goals. It's been a bit of a rough one if we're talking about the offensive side of the ball. But both teams, even on rebounds, 22, both apiece. It's been a tough game for, I think, both of these teams. Even though Point Park has steadfastly been in the lead for such a long time now.
Yeah, definitely. And both teams still struggling to find their footing. Against Bowie State, Cal was kind of the same story. Was able to get shots up, just wasn't able to get them to fall. And just, I feel, as I paired this against Bowie State as well, as the higher you go up in skill level, the more so the saying, it's a make or miss league, becomes true.
There has not been many makes here tonight, Braxton. It's been very much a missed league so far.
Yeah, both teams still struggling to find their footing. So Ball with the ball up top, gets a screen from Pelea, and another from Luck. Shaw over to Luck. Excuse me, not Shaw. But Giles for three, no good. Pulled down by Huffman. Gives it to Maya Williams. Shaw up top is going to set up the offense. Gilliard over to Hoffman. Foul on. Back to Gilliard. Gilliard pulls it back out. Maya Williams for three. Just a bit too strong. Pulled again down by Hoffman. Shot clock off. 1 second left and having to heave it up. Left short. Almost by Balog.
32, California, 29.
So score at the half, 32-29 in favor of the Point Park Pioneers. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will return here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
Coach Danny Sancombe and the Vulcans men's basketball is ready to take the conference and the nation by storm this season. A non-conference schedule that starts on November 8th is followed by the PSAC West play in January. Pack the Convocation Center with 13 home games featuring non-conference foes such as Concord, Lincoln, and Wilmington, as well as conference opponents IUP, Gannon, Slippery Rock, Clarion, Edinburgh, Seton Hill, and Pitt Johnstown. Follow Cal Vulcans for the all-up-to-date schedule. Catch all the games on YouTube with CUTV Sports 1 and also the PSAC Digital Network.
If you're buzzed and doing this to make yourself feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Convocation Center here in California, PA. Score 32-29 in favor of the Pioneers. Before we continue any further, we would like to give a happy birthday from our director and all of us here at CUTV, Gary's mom, Mrs. Smith. So a happy birthday to her from all of us here at CUTV.
I would just like to say that I wish you the happiest of birthdays, so I cannot be grounded. I would like this to be stated. You cannot ground me because I am wishing you the most happiest of a birthday, even over Gary. So how about this basketball game, Braxton? It's certainly a game of all time.
It's certainly a game of all time. And just you wonder is, with how these teams, especially ours, has played previously, what is exactly going on? Is it just teams struggling to find their footing as like enmeshed together, or is this early game hiccups, or is this how will the season shape out to be?
I think it's kind of a mix of both. I mean, it's always so tough when you have a team that's sort of new, in quotations. I mean, a lot of these players are returning, but a lot of them got bench minutes. You know, if you're familiar with the Jess Strom sort of system, she plays her players a lot. You know, it's not unusual for some of her players to see the full 40 minutes.
Yep.
So I think it's a bit weird to sort of mesh together a team that now has to balance playing time, if you will. And again, you're seeing players like Olivia Huffman, Lisa Sardone. You know, a lot of these girls didn't really get playing time last year, and if they did, it was very much in small doses. Yeah. Now becoming more contributing members of the team. And again, it's only the third game of the season, so it's a bit tough to sort of judge everything.
Yep. So Pioneers get the ball to start the half. Havlik driving on Gilliard. Gets a shot up, rolls in and out. Pulled down by Kamaya Williams. So I guess another one of those high percentage chance looks that just haven't gone in for either side. Ayana Williams to Kamaya, but back up top to Ayana. Step back from Williams. Is able to get it to fall.
2 points.
Looks like we have something on the floor. We're on a player. Looks like Gilliard. Unsure what it was, but. So Balo driving to the basket over top of Williams. No foul call, but contact. And on the second chance is Camille Fultz. Young up top. Little shot inside the lane. He's able to get that one to go as well.
I think that's where Alicia Young sort of shines the best and the brightest, is not only under the net, but also when she's able to get that sort of room for herself in the mid-range and find those jumpers. And it's why she's sort of cemented herself as the go-to scorer on this team so far this year.
Young tries to get the ball down the floor. He's able to retain possession. Looks underneath to Williams, but it's going to be a kick ball violation. Yes, as you're saying, that definitely is where Young's game is, as has been a crucial part now for this Vulcans offense for a couple of seasons, as Gilliard misses that layup inside. Leda keeping the ball driving on the reverse. Not able to get it to go. Pulled down by Williams. Little pull up at the foul line. Short. But it looks like we're going to have a foul underneath. And I believe that's going to be on Balo.
Balo certainly had a game so far. 20 minutes on the court in play time, but 1 for 7. Not really finding much of the basket. 5 rebounds. And I think one of the more unfortunate parts of the game, 5 turnovers and 3 personal fouls here for her tonight.
Young driving to the basket, but just shot it too far under the hoop. Balo driving. Just throws it to Gilliard to turn another turnover. Gilliard's going to pull it back. Gives a cross court to Shaw. Ayana Williams. Up top, back to Shaw. Shaw will step through in the lane. Blocked, but gathered by Kamaya Williams. Young from deep. Couldn't get anything. Any shot there. Pulled down by Pavlik. Pavlik one-on-one with Young. Was able to get the layup to go. Ayana Williams up top. Give and go, but mishandled. And a turnover for the Vulcans. Pavlik looking inside to Pelea. Back outside to Balo. Giving inside. It's going to be a jump ball. I'm not sure if you've seen Shaw all over that pass on the inside.
I think a part of Nina's game that, I don't know if it goes unsung or not, but she very much is a ball hawk. I mean, even for her size, she goes up for rebounds. She goes in for the jump balls and the steals. And I think that's sort of the Gestrom way of her teams is to never give up on a play and always go for something, even if it's not necessarily there.
Yeah, definitely just a bit undersized at her position, but makes up for it in that hustle. Shaw in the corner. Skips it to Gilliard. Gilliard for three. Good.
And I think it's good that we sung the praises of Nina Shaw because, I mean, that's a beautiful cross-court pass over to Talia Gillard. And that ties this game up.
While closely guarded by Shaw. Some contact, but no call. Ball able to knock down that jump shot. Inside to Harris. Harris fouled. Shot almost going in, but no bucket. So Harris is going to go to the line for two.
I don't want to jinx it, but so far it's been relatively cleaner. Only 2 fouls here. 6 minutes remaining in the third. And I think the only other stoppage has been the jump ball from Nina Shaw. So, I mean, game's already looking a little bit cleaner. I mean, 1 point game right now. Chance to make it a tie game.
Harrison, her second free throw. No good. Pulled down by Pavlik. Pavlik's going to find Balo in the corner. Takes a set dribble, but no good. Maya Williams. Shaw wide open for three. Off the mark, and it looks like it's going to be a foul underneath. I believe that's going to go on Ayana Williams. Excuse me. Harris. Yep. That's her fourth. So now it's going to take her to the bench.
That is probably the last player you want on the bench.
Yeah.
Especially in a game like this.
Yep.
I mean, we've seen over the past few years the impact Alicia Harris has on the court. I mean, the impact she has overall on this team in general. You know, a leading voice and captain of sorts. So in a tight game like this, that's not the player you want to lose, especially because of her defensive abilities, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen all games so far how she's been able to lock up anybody that goes near her.
And just after checking in, Huffman called for the foul. And just another foul call. Yet again. First half lasted for about an hour. Just from the sole amount of fouls being called. And Luck gets a free lane to the basket. Shaw picks up her dribble. Is going to set the offense here. Gilliard in the corner. Too strong. Pulled down by Leda. It's going to be a blocking foul on Talia Gilliard.
I don't know if you've been picking up on this, but Talia's been trying to sort of draw those charges all night long. And I think for once she finally gets the bullet shot at her and she doesn't block it. And, she takes it, and I just had to say something about the fouls and how this game was getting a little unmessier, didn't I?
Yeah. Happens to the best of us, and to be honest, I can't really say there was much any of us could do about that. That is Gilliard's first foul tonight. And to be honest, just when it seemed like the referees were going to change how they were calling this game, they seemed to go right back.
Now, you think you could do better? Do you wanna suit up and go down there?
To be honest, I wouldn't be against it.
Hey, I know. I've read the regulations and the rules. I know how much they pay for these games. I know you'd want to.
That's going to be a charge on Shaw. And so I guess both sides really. I don't know really what else to say about this inside game so far.
I would just like to reiterate the point I said coming out of the break. This is just a game of all time, and sometimes games are just like that.
Yep.
Because time is linear.
Yeah, but to be honest, there's not much you'll be able to change, and I honestly don't know what seems to be the thing today. It's just so many foul calls out of the gate. It's not that the teams aren't fouling, and there's times where they aren't really, but have just had gotten called for this fouls, and that's a given from any game. It's just so many foul calls have just slowed this game down, and just the offensive woes so far have just prolonged this game even more.
I think a stat that has definitely just popped out to me, and now that I've really looked at it, is there's no way this can be right. 3 for 20 from the Vulcans from the three-point line.
Yeah, I see it too. I don't know if that's actually the case or not. It's just it's kind of similar to, I keep mentioning Bowie State as well, could not knock down any three, and it seems Point Park is also playing about that 3-2 matchup zone, and that's just a weird defense, at least from what I've seen, a weird defense to play against. And just, I guess if you're not knocking down shots either, it doesn't really help anybody.
No, and I just did the math for all the individual players. They have 3 for 20 from the three-point line tonight, so shooting woes are definitely something that are influencing this game in a negative way for the Vulcans, and honestly, I think even for Point Park too.
Yeah. So coming out of timeout, Point Park's ball. Luck in the corner. Leda up top. Making a couple moves on Young, but not going anywhere. Picks up her dribble. Gives it to Giles. Giles driving to the basket. Now that's going to be a charge on Giles. So Huffman coming over on the help. Draws a charge. I'm not sure if that was her intention or not.
I just keep going back to the point. I mean, this is just a game of all time. I don't know what else there really is to say. I mean, unfortunately, not much has just changed. It's sort of been offensive sloppy work from both teams. Turnovers, fouls.
Yeah, Bleda just scoring lift all alone off that steal. It was a lot of, I don't even know how else to explain this. Both teams really still, especially the Vulcans, have yet to really settle in offensively. Bermudez for three, not able to get that one go. Tipped up to Huffman and back to her. Was fouled, and she'll head to the line for two. And I don't know how, if you'll have much to say on this, but one thing I would like to bring up to attention is Bowie State and Pioneers playing that matchup zone, and just that's one defense I haven't personally seen much of.
I mean, if we're using that logic, that might be why you're seeing it now. The Vulcans sort of struggled against it against Bowie State, so why not try and run it again, see if it works? And so far, I think it has.
Hoffman's second foul shot falls. Score 39-43. Laid up top. Finds a cutting Giles. Giles finds Ballo in the corner. Off the glass, but no good. Pulled down by Kamaya Williams. Bermuda's quick trigger, short. And we're going to have a foul under the basket.
If there has been one thing I've learned in my 20 years of life on this earth, specifically from the amazing platform of Instagram Reels, is that shooters are going to shoot. So, I mean, you've seen that with Ballo tonight. 2 for 10 has not really been there. And, again, as a team, too, 11 for 35 and 12 for 45 on the side of the Vulcans. Shooter's going to shoot, Braxton.
Yep. And Young's going to head to the line. From the bonus, knocks down the first. Second one is up and good as well. So Young off ball, away from ball foul, knocks down both of her free throws. Giles, quick trigger, and is able to knock that three to go, get it to go.
And that's a big three, too. Cal starting to close in on the scoring. Finally able to get that sort of three to hit for you, and now it's a 5-point game.
Bermuda shot left short, but right to Hoffman. Hoffman on the turnaround is able to get that one to go as well. So it was a three from Point Park, and Hoffman on the quick turnaround. Leda pivoting, able to get a good look at the basket. Looks like we're going to have another foul underneath. I believe that's going to be on Luck. 9 talent short, and it looks like Kamaya Williams is going to head to the line.
Foul number 5, Chloe Williams. Her first. Kamaya Williams at the line, 2 shots.
I say Chloe Williams. I missed what she in for Point Park. I'm unsure, but Kamaya Williams' first foul shot, no good. Williams shooting her second. Is able to get that one to go. Giles driving, just left all alone. Gets a free lane to the basket. Ball gets quickly the other way. Williams to the corner. That's Morgan. Morgan brings it back up top. Young sets up short. Saved by Huffman, but to the Pioneers. Ball battled. Ball battled. It's going to end up being a jump ball towards Point Park. Leda driving on Morgan. Pivoted again, but got a good look, not able to get it to go. Up top is Giles, and Giles splashes at home. So as Coach Strom calls a timeout here, Pioneers seeming to get on a run, at least change their offensive woes a bit.
And I think that's sparked by Alexis Giles, finding her own rhythm. 3 for 4 from the three-point line, 16 points, and the leads all scorers here so far tonight. And having that steady hand sort of arise here now in the third quarter. It's a little bit late, but better late than never.
Yep. So Giles now 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 4 from deep, and 5 of 6 from the foul line. So he's just been involved in most of the offensive buckets here for the not for the Vulcans, but for the Pioneers. I guess another thing to really look at is, I guess at this stage, there's not really going to be a lot of assists, but right now it's about 4 assists apiece for both sides. So a lot of one-on-one ball and a lot of just players just left alone to create their own offense.
I'd like to note and sort of call you out here. I enjoyed how instead of zooming in on your live stats, you instead decided to keep it fully zoomed out and instead fully bend over and squint your eyes to try and find the assist statistic on that. The beauty of modern technology, everybody.
I didn't even think about it. I was just, I don't know, I didn't feel like picking it up either.
Yeah, and now he picks it up because now he knows that I called him out. Division II basketball, everybody.
Score 51-44, favor Point Park. So now under 12 minutes, we're going to be left down in this game. Morgan over to Shaw. Maya Williams. Shaw back to the corner to Morgan. Morgan for three. Short. That ball is just going to go out of bounds. Pioneers basketball.
And that's just another missed three-pointer on the side of the Vulcans. And, you know, in the time I've been here, the whole 3 years, I don't think I've seen a Vulcans team here that have been successful at being able to shoot that three ball, except for Hallie Harrington. That is the only player I think I've seen successfully been able to pull that three. And I don't know if that's sort of a shift in identity that Jess Strom is sort of looking at for this team to sort of shift into a more faster-paced three-point environment, or it's just something that this team is sort of pushing themselves and seeing the court in their own way.
Yeah, definitely. Just the spacing, if anything, is taking a beating from not having too many three-point weapons, and I guess that's just what your team has to work with. Shaw underneath, gives it up before she falls over. Williams somehow able to get a shot up. Doesn't go. It looks like there's going to be a foul underneath, and it's going to be Point Park basketball. It's on Williams, Ayana Williams. That puts Point Park in the bonus. Heading to the line is Luck. Or she's going to shoot two. She gets that one to go. Luck second. Off the mark. The Pioneers have almost shot 30 foul shots already in this game from the foul line. Capitalizing on them. Most of them shooting about 65% from the charity stripe. Morgan thought about the three. Gives it back up top to Kamaya Williams. Shaw inside finds Huffman. Huffman on the short corner. Too strong. Pulled down by Kamaya Williams. No good either. Unsure what the referee has. Kind of missed what happened. I think there was maybe to reset the shot clock into maybe, is it, will you get half the time, is it, on the rebound, or?
Doesn't it fully reset?
I forget if it does.
You're making me doubt myself. I feel like I know the answer to this, and and then you put the doubt in my mind, and now I don't know anymore. Braxton Turner, why are you doing this to me?
Ayana Williams on the step back, deep two. We're going to have yet another foul underneath the basket. I'm not sure if that's going to go on Point Park. And it does, and Huffman's going to head to the line.
I'm not going to lie, I thought Ayana Williams was just about to pull off an insane move there. I was sort of ready to stop, drop, and roll.
Hoffman knocks down her first. So So Huffman goes 1 of 2. Pulled down by Point Park. Later, closely guarded by Kamaya Williams. Not able to go anywhere. Good defense to make sure Point Park doesn't get up the floor. So end of the third quarter, score 52-45. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Vulcan women's basketball team looks to continue its run of excellence into the 2024 season. Put on your red and black and cheer on Coach Jess Strom and her team towards another run to the postseason. Pack the convo for 14 home games for games against regional foes and the best the PSAC has to offer. Don't miss any information on the season by following Cal Vulcans on all social media accounts, and if you can't make it to the games, catch all the action on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and also the PSAC Digital Network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Convocation Center here in California, PA. Score 52-45 as we get this fourth quarter underway. And I guess the one thing that's just been the story of this game is just the offensive inconsistency, I guess, really by both sides in this game.
What you're doing is the polite way of saying neither of these teams have been able to consistently hit shots. Point Park, 34%. California, 24% from the field tonight. Both teams pretty badly struggled there. But we still have a game, 45-52. It's not completely out of hand.
Shaw on the wing, back to Kamaya Williams. Williams back to Young. Shaw looking to drive. Finds Williams on the wing again. Drives to the basket. No foul call underneath. Young forces the shot up. Not able to get it to go. Looks like the referee is going to have a flop. Really, which is what that signal was. I guess call it the KB lane.
You learn something new every day on a broadcast.
So ball's battled, but picked up by Williams. Shaw finds Huffman in the short corner. Throws it back up top. And Vulcan's offense pretty stagnant. It looks like Shaw's going to get fouled here.
Pass number 22, Alexis Giles, her fourth. Team first.
That foul is going to go on Alexis Giles. It's going to be her fourth, and so now we're starting to see the number of those fouls come to fruition as we have multiple players, about 6 on both sides of the ball, in foul trouble with 4 fouls. Shaw finds Huffman, and a beautiful pump fake by Huffman. Just not able to get it to go, and it looks like Harris is going to be fouled underneath, and I believe that's going to go on Giles. And as quickly as Giles has come through for the Pioneers, it looks like she's going to be heading to the bench with her 5th.
I mean, it's there's no words to say other than just unfortunate. I mean, obviously, a player who is performing as well as she has and going off the court due to fouls, and not only her, but I think most of the other players who have touched the floor tonight also having those struggles as well. It's makes for a far less entertaining game when those players go out this, I don't want to say early since we are in the 4th, but this early.
So Pavlik looking to create some offense for herself. Gets the inside, but it's blocked by Young. And Pavlik just has been pretty aggressive tonight. He's gone to the foul line a total of 2 times, just not able to get a lot of offense for himself. Follow driving on Young. We're going to have a foul, and it looks like it's going to be on Young. The ref is going to say the forearm. And I'm just going to rant. I can't stand how much it's now players are going to bump. As a referee, players are going to bump. There's going to be contact. But I'm telling you, I've said plenty of times, especially players I've refereed before, you put that forearm out and there's that contact, it's almost going to be a foul almost every time. I don't know what it is. It's about something so instinctual about wanting to put that forearm out. Now, you put it out, it's just you're going to give it a shove as well. So I just can't stand how often that just happens.
I would just like to note, talking about fouls, there has now been 45 fouls called here tonight, which is equal to the amount of points California has scored.
Goodness. 4-3 is Young, and Young, a rare 3 from her, knocks that one down. That gives her 13 on the night. Pavlik driving. Gets a wide open look and gets it off the glass.
I mean, that was a tough look from her, too. Alicia Young right in her face. But, I mean, that's a good answer to Alicia Young's 3 and keeps Point Park steadily in the lead.
And it looks like Young is going to get fouled here, and I think she's going to head to the line.
Foul number 55, Ashana Ballo, her 4th, team's 3rd.
That's going to go on Ballo. It's going to be her 4th.
Alicia Young at the line, 2 shots.
I think it says a lot that the opposing coach is arguing a foul call or seems to be unhappy with a foul that has gone in her favor. But that is the beauty of the game, is it not?
Nope. So Young puts that one in. Takes her 2nd. And that goes well. So Young goes 2 of 2 at the line, making it a 5-point game. Making a move is Bleda. Drives the basket, but blocked by Young. It looks like Bleda's going to be called for the travel. I guess I missed it myself, but Falcons ball nonetheless. So Williams on the wing. We're to Huffman. Shaw up top is Harris. Flips it to Williams. Cross court to Young. Gets the shooter's touch, and that ball rolls in.
Alicia Young, 2 points.
So a deep 2 for Young. Luck around the perimeter. Gives up to Bleda. Up top to Pavlik. One-on-one with Huffman. Driving. He's able to get the layup to go.
And that's an impressive layup, too. I mean, credit to Point Park. So far here in the 4th quarter, they've been able to sort of keep pace with the Vulcans, who they themselves have sort of picked up that offensive end of the ball and have sort of found their own footing now. And we're getting sort of a back-and-forth battle here.
Ball tipped away from behind from Harris, but is able to keep it. Williams over to Young in the corner for 3. Splashes another one home.
And count that 20 for her tonight. As I mentioned, she's been the go-to scorer so far this year and has really sort of picked up the slack in the scoring department for this Vulcan squad, who historically, a lot of low-scoring games, more defensively minded, and I think that sort of shift in team philosophy has been headed by her.
It's like Fultz will get that. Be credited with that layup there. Harris looking underneath, and it's going to be a kick ball from Paulo. This lead hasn't really changed much. From Pioneer up as much as he's up as 5, but now taking the lead down to 4. Harris is going to be fouled by Bleda.
That's number 24, Ari Bleda, her first.
And that is her first. I'm honestly surprised with how this game has gone that not every player that's been on the floor has picked up a foul.
Hey, Kamaya Williams has been on the floor for a very large portion of the game, and if you look over on that board over there, there is a very big fat 0 next to him. Not for points, but for personal fouls.
Harris is able to get the first free throw to go. Second one is left short, pulled down by Pavlik. Pavlik making a move or two, is going to pull it back out. Gets a screen, but stolen by Williams. He's going to give it up to Shaw, and Shaw's going to call the offense. Harris up top. Back over to Shaw. Williams. Back to Shaw. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Young puts up a shot left short. Rebounded by Ballo. Ballo throws it up to Luck. Bleda for 3, heavily contested by Young. Rolls out. And what a pass up the court by Williams on the assist to Young.
And I mean, I guess this has turned into a game. 58-59. I'm surprised. The offensive scoring has definitely found its touch on both sides now, and I think not only are we seeing a more defensively minded battle, but I think definitely the offensive side of the ball, things are getting scored more, and we're getting more of a game.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is immediate timeout. Score 59-58. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on CTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network.
The Vulcan women's basketball team looks to continue its run of excellence into the 2024 season. Put on your red and black and cheer on Coach Jess Strom and her team towards another run to the postseason. Pack the convo for 14 home games for games against regional foes and the best the PSAC has to offer. Don't miss any information on the season by following Cal Vulcans on all social media accounts, and if you can't make it to the games, catch all the action on CUTV Sports 1 on YouTube and also the PSAC Digital Network.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Score 59-58 in favor of the Point Park Pioneers. And so far, we have ourselves a game. Just a complete change of offense and defense by the Vulcans have just shrunk this lead play by play.
And in the fourth quarter alone, both teams 3 for 8 on the side of Point Park on the field goal department, 4 for 8 on the side of the Vulcans. So 13 points, that is, for your California Vulcans, and that is 7 for Point Park. So in that statistic alone, you can see that pulling more towards a close game, 1 point, obviously.
Williams up top. Finds Shaw in the corner. Gives it back to Huffman, and Vulcans working around the 3 line. There's Samaya Williams. Young for 3, short. Pulled down by Harris. The Vulcans get a new clock. Harris on the second chance, gets it to go.
Yeah, the Vulcans finally lead the ball game again, 60-59 the score. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left, and 8 points for Harris. 4 fouls on the night. Didn't get to see a lot of play time in the first and second due to that, but as I mentioned, she's an impact player, and when she's on the court, she can make an impact.
Pavlik not able to get her layup to go with good defense from Harris. Williams finds Shaw and give it up to back to Young from Shaw. Young not able to get the layup to go. Balo brings the ball up the floor. Picked up by Shaw, but is then left all alone for the easy layup. And just as quick as the Vulcans take the lead, Pioneers take it right back, 61-60. Less than 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Williams will think about the three. We'll give it up to Harris. Harris will find Shaw on the wing. Shaw double teams, fouled. And is going to head to the line.
Foul number 2, Kelly Luck, her fourth, team's fifth. Nina Shaw at the line, 2 shots.
I think that foul is going to be against Luck, if I'm not mistaken. Shaw's first shot a little bit short. Vulcans tonight, 19 of 29 from the foul line, so about 66%. Shaw's able to get that second one to go. So score now tied. Pavlik up top, guarded by Young. Of course, Pavlik looking to drive to the basket, as she's pretty much done all night. Pass it back out to Luck. Guarded by Williams. Finds Pavlik in the corner for 3. Drive. Has to shoot it. Off the side of the backboard. Well, pulled and gathered in by Young. Vulcans taking their time running their offense. Williams over to Young. Shaw thinking about the 3, driving to the basket. The layup it's not able to get it to go. Huffman on the second chance.
Vulcans take the lead again, and I think I think it's pretty easy to notice too that the refs have sort of caught up on the number of fouls being called here, and I think there are definitely a lot of calls, especially that Shaw under the basket, that probably should have been a whistle, but sort of lets it go now that we're in this late game situation and so many have been called.
Yeah. Generally, we'll see can be the other way around. Later, the game gets the more tight that they want to call it, but I guess with the number of fouls that have been called prior, it just has led many players to really sit back, and Vulcans have just been, for the most part, just been playing straight up and not even attempting to jump. So score 63-61. And looking at this three-point stat, it still boggles me. A grand total of 26 threes taken by the Vulcans. They've only knocking down 5 and matching Point Park, and they've shot 9, knocking down 5 of them.
Right. Quality over quantity any day of the weekend. I think Point Park has shown that 55% on their part. Obviously, again, 5 for 9 looks a lot different than 5 for 26. But even from the free throw line, which I think is probably the most important shooting statistic so far here tonight, due to the amount of fouls being called, both teams pretty much equal in that department. 20 for 31 on the side of Point Park and the Pioneers, and 20 for 30 on the side of the Vulcans.
Point Park looking for a foul called. Get it. It's going to be a timeout here by the Vulcans. So, generally teams that shoot 70% or better from the free throw line generally win more games. I don't know the exact how many more games they win on average, but 70% as a team is probably what you're looking for. And both teams right now,
They are not at 70%.
no. But knocking, they're both sitting at like 20. So tied in that category. And just Vulcans and Point Park just still have yet to really find much consistency. I mean, Point Park 5 of 9, I guess that's most consistent. One of the most consistent things they've had tonight. Just not really relying on that shot. And they've been getting to the basket a good bit. They just haven't been able to get shots to go.
No, and I think something for the Vulcans that's definitely to be proud of and sort of benchmark yourself on is the amount of rebounds, 42-30.
Yep.
Vulcans leading in that department. And I think that's also shown in play, too. I think there's definitely been way more second chance opportunities. Yeah, it's only a 10-rebound difference, but I think if you've been able to sit here and watch this game ebb and flow and, sort of play it out, I think you've seen that there's far more second chance opportunities for the Vulcans that the Pioneers just haven't been able to seem to find.
So with now a minute left in this game, Vulcans in no hurry. Going to look for a good shot here. Shaw up top is just going to dribble the clock out a bit with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Going to look to get something. Young on the shot. Rolls in and out. Pulled down by Kamaya Williams, and that's going to reset the shot clock, and it's going to give him some more time.
Yeah, but the worry now, though, is that no matter what you score here, you're giving yourself less time. Point Park goes down and scores as well.
Yep. So Huffman over to Williams. Williams has to shoot it up, but blocked by Balo. Ball's going to go out of bounds, but I guess we're going to see exactly what we have. We're going to have a timeout by Point Park. I can't say I've seen that before. I'd imagine they go with the shot clock violation and ends up Point Park basketball. But
I think either way, it hasn't. I don't think it's been called, and if it has, we're both just very oblivious. But I think the ball's going to go the other way for Point Park. And like I said, the resetting of the shot clock, and especially going out of that possession without a score, this is going to be really difficult. Because I mean, if you're Point Park, you got to imagine you're going to sort of try and bleed that clock out, so you can get yourself a final shot. And I mean, even if you bleed that full clock, if you're California, I don't think you really have any time to work with it.
no. It is going to be Point Park basketball, and they're going to take their advance on their half of the floor. So 25 seconds left. No clock. 63-61. Inbounded to Balo. Balo loses it. It's picked up by Harris. So Harris is going to be fouled. And if you're Point Park, that's really the last thing that you'd want to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's just absolutely worst case scenario. I don't think you could have absolutely done anything worse there. Lose possession of the ball, and I mean, even California was able to kill some time as well. I mean, that was probably, like 4 or 5 seconds killed off the clock. And because it's a foul now, you're going to send Cal to the free throw line. I mean, even one basket, that puts the game in tying range.
So Harris to the line for 2. Knocking down 1, makes it a 3-point game. As she misses her first. So now Kent, 2-point possession, 2-possession game out of the question. Her second one is left short as well.
And I guess everything just sort of resets back to what it was before they turned the ball over now.
Yep. Yeah. An interesting choice, to be honest. In my opinion, there's not too many situations where you leave players out of the box on foul shots. And it doesn't help that Vulcans miss both, but at least if they miss, you still have the chance to rebound and extend your possession maybe a little bit longer. So,
and I mean, I could sort of understand the logic of, you're the coach. You want the entire court to know what's going on. Because I mean, if you noticed on the bench, Coach Strom had everybody out except for Alicia Harris, who was taking the free throws. And it's tough because, you can see both perspectives in that argument. Like,
Yep.
Do you want the players out there to sort of rebound the ball and have that chance to get that second possession and even potentially do full court press if they don't call a timeout?
So 12 seconds. Ball inbounded over to Leia. Takes a shot, doesn't get it to go. Leia blocked and is going to foul Huffman. So it seems right back to square one, and Groundhog Day, just right back to the same situation.
It feels like we're still in like the second quarter, and we just got like the fifth foul call. It's this game's felt like it's been on a loop, has it not?
Oh yeah. So 3.5 seconds left. Huffman to the line, looking to put this game away. Hits the first and now makes it a 3-point game. Looking to put down 2 to put it out of reach. And she does. The Vulcans are going to play up just a bit, so that'll do it. Ball almost hitting that half-court shot, but ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Vulcans coming back, coming from behind, and it's just the back-and-forth game. Score 65-61. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. My name is Braxton Turner, and again, with me, Nate Kurtz. And thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you all next time.